let's talk about the reason we wanted to have you on. Your bill, along with the Senate version from JD Vance, perhaps the next vice president, called the Dismantle DEI Act. What does this bill do?
Well, this bill really did the best comb through that we could. It certainly gave our best effort to go through and look at all the stuff that the federal government's been doing to enforce these DEI practices throughout the federal government. And first of all, these are nice words that don't mean what you think they mean. This is really CRT, critical race theory, wrapped in a nice wrapper and then being force-fed to the American people in a way that systemizes racism, where the first thing we need to be thinking about under these policies is race or demographic data versus instead of merit and content of character, as Martin Luther King Jr. would say. And so we went through, and what it does is it eliminates DEI practices in the government. It rescinds a number of DEI-related executive orders and closes a number of DEI offices throughout every single agency. It prohibits federal funding for DEI activities. It ensures equal treatment. And one of the things that we're doing is forcing not only federal agencies, but if you were a contractor getting a grant or you were contracting for the federal government, they begin to enforce these kind of policies throughout those organizations where, okay, if you wanted to get a federal contract, you were going to have this kind of stuff, a DEI officer in your business per se. And we've seen now.
Wow, so that was their way to force it even more into the private sector.
Yeah, exactly.
Because if you want to play ball with us, you have to do this.
Right, and we're seeing now the market even retract from it as we're seeing that these policies aren't working. We need people who are competent in their jobs. Literally, it's been an issue of safety in some stances where you're wondering, okay, do we have the best people in these very critical positions? Or are we getting diversity hires for the sake of diversity? Now, we all want a world and a country, and we are one of the most diverse countries in the world. We're by and large, except for a few pockets of weird people, we get along with our neighbors. We work well with others. And what we want is people working along with us who know what they're doing and helping us accomplish whatever it is the mission that we're working on. So Will this bill ban Kamala Harris from being vice president? I'm joking, Congress. I'm not going to put that. I'm not going to put that on you. We'll move on. I love the canceling executive orders part. That's a great check on executive power that I appreciate the Congress doing. I haven't heard of the Congress doing that ever. So kudos on that. I got to play this clip for you. So when I first heard about your bill, this is the first thing I thought of. It's one of my favorite videos I've ever seen. This is a recruitment ad from the CIA called Humans of CIA. It's 2.5 minutes. I won't play the whole thing, but this part in particular, I think of often and chuckle. So this is she may say it in this clip. I don't know. She's like a Hispanic woman with anxiety disorder in the CIA. And she's like, hey, anyone else with mental disorders, like, feel free to join the CIA. And here's what she says.
I did not sneak into CIA. My employment was not and is not the result of a fluke or slip through the cracks. I earned my way in, and I earned my way up the ranks of this organization.
Okay, all right, now hold on. As she's saying that, the background pictures, they're like they're doing B-roll of her dramatically walking down the hallway and whatever, and they do a pan of her office. So she literally says, I earned my way here. I didn't sneak in. I deserve this, after she just said she's like neurodivergent or whatever. And they literally pan to her Donald C. Cryer Award for Diversity and Inclusion 2015. And then she has another award here on the wall, the Intelligence Community Equal Employment Opportunity and Diversity 2019 Exceptional Service Award.
Oh, wow.
So she's winning
Maybe that's
winning
how she
awards.
earned her way. Maybe that was the objective that they were looking for. I can say I don't think that's what most of the American people want. We want the best of the best of the best of the best, especially in these highly sensitive situations where you're dealing with national intelligence. Yes. Wow. Yeah, that's...
So, because a lot of this DEI stuff that we hear about, first of all, we live it in our own jobs. But what's most concerning to me is when it's in the military.
Yeah.
Does your bill deal with the military? Is that included in these bureaucracies, or is that a different?
Yeah, oh,
different
yes,
bureaucracy?
yes. This is pretty comprehensive. Goes throughout the federal government. Gets rid of all this in DOD, and that's especially one of the areas that's concerning. And it's demotivating. That was one of the areas where you look through our history. It was really on the cutting edge of diversity because, as they always say, when you're in the foxhole, you know what really matters in those moments. And so the idea that the Pentagon and DOD has taken this turn of late has been very troubling for the American people and demotivating. And one of the big reasons why you see a hard time of us meeting our recruiting quotas right now. You have young people who want to serve our country, but they're not sure they want to support a woke DOD where they won't be able to climb the ranks, so to speak, on merit. Where you would wonder if your objectives and your mission objectives to protect our country are secondary to all these other weird ideas that they're trying to promulgate through our military.
Yeah, weird at the least. So what's the status of this? When are they going to vote on this bill?
Well, we just dropped it a couple weeks ago, and we'll be honest, this is something I wouldn't expect Biden to sign over the next couple months. But it takes some months to build the co-sponsorship list, so we're working through that right now. People are jumping on board every time they hear about it. They're like, this is what we need. And in the Senate and in the House, this is something we would love to see Trump sign as he comes in and early next term.
That's right. I was just getting ready. Gosh, this makes me very excited for the kinds of things that could happen in our country if we win this next election year. This is great. The guy on the Senate who's sponsoring this is JD Vance. Would he be a good vice president?
Sure. I hear he's been compared to Abraham Lincoln. Did I get that right?
Congressman Michael Cloud from Corpus Christi neck of the woods in Texas. Great to talk to you, Congressman. Appreciate it.
Yeah, good talking with you. God bless you.
Have a great day. Do it again. I like that guy. I like Congressman Cloud. It's like a normal guy. That's good. Would he be a good vice president? Yeah, sure. Whatever.
Why not?
That's that. Yeah. I love that answer. Yeah.